Oh, for the love of God, please tell me that works. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm probably gonna actually do a full-on YouTube review of it. The Yeti GX is the biggest sack of protoplasm on the prosumer market. I think it's a terrible product, and I think Yeti should be slapped. It's um it's a shit microphone. It is without a doubt the biggest waste of $160 I've ever made in my life. So hope they hear that and take it to heart. No, really, I like Yeti products in general. This one is crap. And it's not that I've spent hours optimizing it or anything, but at this point, and I don't know, I think this audio might actually be better. This is the built-in microphone in the webcam. So don't judge me too harshly. I'm doing these things from a shit tier mobile setup that I had to throw together on the fly. So we do what we can out here in the wilds of the United States. Oh yeah, no. I'm gonna return that shit to Best Buy. There's no way in hell I'm hauling this back to the Netherlands for what? The scrap metal? Absolutely not. Yeah, no. F the Yeti GX. Now at home, I have another Yeti product. I forget which one, but I love it. It's great. This one, absolute pants. Am I not in Amsterdam? No, I'm not in Amsterdam right now. Physically, I am elsewhere. I have the regular Yeti. Yeah, at home. Home. But yes, I have returned. I took off the heavy eyeliner because I made the deadly mistake of going outside. It melted horrifically in the heat. Didn't go to GameStop? No. No, I wasn't aware that those even still exist. Hey. Oh, wow, we got 20 people. That's pretty cool. Not bad. I'm going to take a moment and post in announcements. Hey, everybody. No, it's everyone. Streaming now. Click here. A Guitar Center has good mics. That's cool. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, ladies and germs. Yeah, GameStop. I figured GameStop was like a relic. I don't know. Well, now that you mention it, I have heard about the Wall Street bet situation, so I guess it makes sense that they have some kind of physical location still. But no, I didn't venture in. I needed a bunch of crap. I needed this American flavor laptop cable, and I needed a camera. So I was going to try to get all of that in one fell swoop. So there you have it. 35 people watching now. I'm starting to get a little hype. Hey! So what's on y'all's minds? I went and I had a workout. I did shoulders and triceps today. Did some incline treadmill. Had myself a moment 31 people. Very curious how many people will join. So we're going to see by streaming on YouTube the next couple of times if we can get enough watch hours to monetize YouTube. I really like the idea of doing more YouTube, but I've found that my motivation goes right out the frickin' window if I am not going to earn any money whatsoever. Like, come on, a couple of bucks would be nice. Um, they do require a certain number of watch hours, which is fair, but it's sort of a chicken and egg question with me because working for free never suited me much. Nor should it anyone. Still wonder why there are some places with two Starbucks right across the street from each other. There are corporate meetings about that kind of thing. Now, I am not privy to the content of said meetings exactly, but I would reckon it has something to do with the culture of convenience and the automobile culture in the United States. So if you're getting all the traffic from one direction and you're getting all the traffic from another direction, you're going to get all the traffic, period. Plus, also, if you occupy both spaces, a competitor can't. Even if one of those locations is making less than the other, right? Like the one on the right is making more than the one on the left. No one else can go across from you. You are across from you. It's a matter of dominion, You guys understand? It's the nature of the beast. The color of this shot is very yellow. I'm gonna play with it. Try to get a more pleasing hue going on. Why is it so damn yellow? I think that's a little more true to tone. There we go. The denial of space so the company gets more exposure. Yeah, it's like if you own both possible locations for a drive-through coffee concept, why would you not? Because that's one more time that people are going to your place and not the competitor. Stream on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick at the same time? Yeah, I usually do, but then no one ends up on YouTube, you say. I always stream on YouTube, but usually it's like 1 or 2 or maybe 5 people will end up here accidentally. So I'm forcing you guys to participate in my sick game of trying to get monetized over here. I will go back to streaming on all 3, but I thought it would be nice to make that happen. Yeah, the United States is not all that in a bag of chips. I'm back on business, personal business, audition business. But I can't say I would ever be inclined to live here again. I'm so glad that you like this community, Roland. We do our best. Aw, thank you. I'm trying to look good. I'm trying to look extra robotic. I cannot believe how beautiful this tattoo is healing. It's really, really nice. Like, I love it. I wasn't on the fence for myself. I was worried that you guys would hate it. I mean, not to be mean or nothing, but not everybody in the audience. But there are individuals in the audience who have very strong opinions about how I do or don't decorate myself. So I was like, this may ruffle some jimmies. This may rustle some damn jimmies. But I'm glad I went for it because my artist is a frickin' Chad. Look at this. It's absolutely phenomenal. Look at the depth. I'm almost in tears. Would you believe this was a cover up too? Like I had these shitty wrist tats for a while. Right? I used to have a scorpion on this one. Where? Scorpion where? In hell. Oh god, this was a bitch and a half. But some of the best ink I've ever seen. And this guy just keeps getting better, really. My torso was phenomenal. This one, I mean, I'm just in awe. The placement is unreal, too. I mean, he spent a long time trying to get this placement to be perfect. And it's really quite something. I love the movement in the tattoo. Like it's great from every angle. Look at that servo. It's fucking crazy. Right? Beautiful. And I gotta hand it to him. He's a artistic genius. He doesn't just do this style, but I do think the Cybermech Biomech is some of his best work. And it's a really good one. Let's see, how long did it take? How long did this one take? I want to say it was something in the neighborhood of 25 hours or so, 24 and a half, 25, 26. Something like that. I think it was just over 24 hours worth of active tattooing, and I bumped it out in 5 days. Yeah, it was rough. Will you get the arm tattoo colored in? It is colored in, dear. It's grayscale. It's colored in grayscale. Yeah, Durban, he's expensive, even for me. And I have devoted a large chunk of my savings to getting a full set of these pieces off of him, and it's still expensive by my standards. It's so good though. It's so good though. I can't deny that Eric de la Toile, Eric de la Toile of Montreal, Canada, is the artist, and he's great. Yes, I will get the other arm done. Absolutely. Uh, Probably next year. I'm hoping maybe sometime in the summer. I gotta hit him up and see when he's gonna be around and can book me for like another intense week on the table. Yeah. Lovely fellow, really pleasant to work with. I really love his art. I will say this, these tattoos are not for the faint of heart. Like his techniques, um, he puts a lot of ink in. Like a lot of ink. And he is often shading aggressively with a multi-needle shader. And there's a lot of density in there. And then he goes back in. And I don't know if you can tell, but even here, he highlights with white on top of the black. So, he's pushing white ink in on top of freshly tattooed skin. So it's just like over and over and over. And it bleeds a lot. And it's like, it's like a heavy, aggressive tattoo style, but it comes out so good. Like there's a lot of pressure changes and shading. All of this was just brutally, brutally raw. Just because the color is light does not mean that the pressure was light. Eric tends to take like a thinned out black solution, and he'll do this but with like varying degrees of pressure and also reapplication. So where it's darker, He went over that several times. And I'm telling you, it's the best, like, gray wash shading I've ever seen. But it is not for the faint of heart, okay? Because this shit is raw AF when it's healing, especially like right here. My wrist was cat food for about a week and a half. Um, Absolutely fucking brutal. Don't ask me how I do it. I just do it. I don't know. It's like that thing from TikTok. Don't ask me how I did it. I just did it. It was hard. Yeah. I don't know how I sit for these, honestly. I look back and I'm like, oh fuck. But that being said, the pain fades, glory is forever, and so are tattoos, and I regret nothing. There will be more, so hold on to your butts. Would a small tattoo on the wrist hurt? Yeah. The wrist is probably the worst place to get tattooed. I mean, your wrist, your lips, your genitals, anywhere directly over a bone, like your collarbone, it's gonna suck. The easiest places to get tattooed, I will say, like up here on the bicep, I'm like, whatevs. It wasn't bad. Anywhere real meaty, right here sucked. It really sucked, like right there. I was freaking dying. The elbow people whine about, honestly, it was bad, but it wasn't the worst. The worst for me is right there, right where all that heavy black work lives. Maybe right in the crook of the arm where also that other heavy black work lives. And right here, those were probably the worst on this bad boy. And then like these shading bits right on the, just the radius or the ulna, I can't remember. But yeah, I've had easier days, but it was good. It's worth it. It's worth it. Does the white ink have to get touch-ups later on? I have not found that to be so, but I don't go in the sun. I really think the longevity of your tattoo and the vitality of something like white ink is going to depend a lot on how often you go in the sun. Because that will age your ink faster than anything else. And, like I just try to avoid the sun as much as possible. I'm very fair to begin with. I burn like crazy. So I just don't do it. Yeah, the shading sucks, Duraban. Agreed. Agreed. How ticklish can getting a tat be? I don't know. Let me tickle you with a knife and find out. Like, ticklish isn't quite the word I would use, but maybe you would. I don't know. I had no idea people do payment plans on tattoos. Most don't. That's a rarity in my experience. But what the hell do I know? Do tattoos come with a lifetime warranty too? No. No. Generally they don't. Most tattoo artists are happy to present work in their portfolio that has been healed. Like they'll reach out to former clients and be like, oh, 5 years healed. This is what it looks like, right? But no, I've never known an artist to have a warranty. I have known artists to touch up older work for free, you know? Like if you come in and something looks a little blown out after a few years and they might drop a few touch-up lines in there for free or for cheap just to keep their good name. It's a living thing, your skin. There will always be ink here. Over time, it will diffuse into the skin. Now, the art style, here's what makes a good tattoo last a long time. One, you leave it the fuck alone while it's healing and you keep the skin moisturized. You don't try to move a lot while it heals because you're gonna bust up all the scabs. And then you have to moisturize as directed and clean as directed because you're healing a big ass wound, okay? And then 2, you got to keep your ass out of the sun and use sunscreen on top of staying out of the sun. Stay in the shade, cover your tats, and also use sunblock. Like, not the clear shit either. You want the creamy white zinc oxide, heavy ass. I use baby sunscreen. And it's the best because if somebody's kid got burnt to a crisp, you better believe they'd be suing, the sunscreen companies. So I get that thick ass baby sunscreen, chock-a-block it all over. What are the effects of aging on the body with tattoos? Again, if you stay out of the sun, your body skin is going to wrinkle a lot less. A lot of that's photo aging. We don't want to talk about it, but it's true. Stay out of the sun and moisturize your shit. Like, you're going to be way better off. How do you feel about the recent increase in demand for goth girlfriends? Oh, this is an amusing riz, as the kids would say, given the recent recognition of the American goth as a highly endangered species. I find that a lot of people who want a goth girlfriend are not fully prepared for the care, feeding, and proper enrichment of a goth girlfriend. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. We are not show animals. We are wild exotics, and you must have a suitable habitat and also the right mindset because you are not a goth girlfriend owner. Yeah. Tats fade a little over time. Yeah, they do. But I'm telling you right now, barring major weight gain, barring sun exposure, barring some kind of other skin condition, your tattoos can look great for most of your life. Maybe a touch up at some point. I'll tell you that right now. Real talk. Real talk. It's true. So, somebody got a tattoo in their ankle before walking around a creek. I love how the Botrix stuff is coming in ever so slowly. You know what is more rare than a goth girlfriend? A goth femboy girlfriend. The rarest bird. Yes. Or goth mommy. It's true. Evening. How many people we got in here? I'm playing that heavily focused game. 26 people. Ah. Ah. I'm so sad it's not more. Where are all my beloved fans on the Discord, huh? Where are you in my hour of need? Heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. Thank you. I'm trying to make YouTube more of a thing. I usually do stream to YouTube as well, but people don't often have awareness of that aspect. Well, I'm glad you joined the Discord, Dr. Grant. I would want to meet and have a goth girlfriend someday. Well, the best thing you can do is try to be a well-rounded, mature, and interesting person that people want to date. sure you'll find the right person for you. I'm trying to think what I might want for dinner. I'm possibly going for sushi tonight. I wonder if I can set up an order to come at the end of my stream tonight. I might be able to. Uber Eats. There is pretty freaking awesome sushi in Miami, I gotta say. Like, no lies detected. It's freaking great. So good. What should I get? Oh my god. God. How has nobody commented on the title of this stream yet? This may be a record. Are we really not commenting on the title of the stream? I shouldn't have to spoon feed it. Jesus. That's okay. The right answer to the title gets a prize. Ah, Jesus. Seaweed salad. Nah. I'm gonna do... What are we doing? I don't want the robata. Do I want dumplings? Maybe. Shrimp bun? No. Signature rolls. Do I want a red dragon roll? No. Hamachi salsa roll. Is it traditional? No. Does it sound awesome? Yes. Spicy yellowtail, jalapeno tempura flake, topped with more yellowtail and aguachile. F it, I'm getting one. Trad, we may not be today, but my god, it's gonna be delicious. Okay, I hope babysitting goes well for you, Monte. Would I ever stream with Sasha Grey? Yes, I would. I don't think she knows I exist. I've certainly never met her, but I'm totally open to the opportunity. I've seen some of her streams. She seems really nice. I just don't know her personally. Ah, the uni is sold out. Double damn. I'm gonna get a piece of sea eel. How about that? I'm gonna get me... Oh, the Japanese sardine. Washi, branzino, yes or no? I'll get a masago. A collab stream with Siri Doll would be cool too. Yeah. Or not. I don't know. Do you guys want the tea? I don't know if I should say. Oh dear. This is where Sasha Grey just types in the chat. Yeah, I don't think Sasha Grey's in here, but that's cool. If she was, I would be appreciative, for sure. Oh boy, the tea. So I have nothing against Ms. Doll, and I wish her all the best in the industry. I don't know her well or anything like that. But I will ever so tenderly drop that, and you know, to each their own. It's just not my style. It's really not my style. Something rubbed me the wrong way about it. At one point, she did approach me about a collaboration, and I was thinking, okay, yeah, I think I could see it. I think it would do well for us, for our careers. And it sounded like it was going to go down. It sounded like it was going to be good. We were supposed to be shooting with her husband, question mark, partner, male partner at the time. And let's see. I think the best way to put it is that after we negotiated some of the broader strokes of the event that was going to go down, it was put out there that I was a present to her partner because of some attributes of my physicality and things that I could do physically. And something about that really rubbed me the wrong way, is the nice way I would put it. So yeah, um, I wasn't a big fan of being somebody's present for their spouse, male partner. Like I figure we're here for business, and we are in the business of pleasure. But yeah, uh, hmm, nah. you can you can choose someone else. That's fine. I'm good. I need neither the money nor the recognition that badly, thank you. I don't think they were being obtuse, actually. It was quite explicit, but I really don't want to use the same words and get kicked off of this fine establishment, so. Yeah, no, I wish her all the best in the industry. People are allowed to run their business and social lives however they see fit. It just wasn't quite for me. Who's your other favorite, Dr. Grant? Yeah, I was being offered up as a piece of meat. It was not a comfy conversation. Like I get it. You want to bang, that's cool, but it wasn't even like I want to bang you. It was more like, "Oh, you have things about you that my male partner will enjoy. I'll rope you in and throw you to him like a slavering wolfhound." Oh, I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? Those weren't the words used. That's me adding my own interpretation. So take it with a grain of salt. Can't say it's my favorite feeling in the world. But that being said, I politely declined and there was no further inquiry. So I also respect people who can take no for an answer. You know what I mean? Little column A, little column B. You win some, you lose some. Oh yeah, I've worked with Arabelle Raphael quite a bit. I have, God, probably like, I don't know, a dozen or 20 times, something like that. It's well over a dozen times, I would say. Um, what is my skincare routine? The blood of a virgin. Hard to come by these days. Ah, yeah, no, I just do my best. I stay out of the sun, and I eat a lot of raw fish, which I'm trying to select what I might partake of. What do I want, guys? I've got a couple of sushi nigiri. Ooh, I want mackerel. Yeah, no, we're doing mackerel. Should I get a second piece of the Japanese sardine? I like that too. I like the oily fish, what can I say? Kimchi, no. Steamed shrimp wonton. They are good. And they're going to give us two orders. How does one define virginity? It's a really silly concept to begin with. I think that depends on the individual. I just about dropped to the floor once when I heard a particularly active, shall we say, lesbian once refer to herself as a virgin. And I was like, what? There is nothing virgin about you, woman. But no, in her mind and her expectation, I suppose, she was a virgin because she was a gold star lesbian in that she's never been with a man. And I was like, well, that is a very interesting way to define that. If you feel that way, power to you, but I don't know that the world would feel the same. And I guess it's really up to the individual. You know what I mean? Like it's up to the individual. My linguistic prowess is hella attractive. Thank you, haphazardly hype. I appreciate that. I just like big words because I enjoy being precise with my meaning when I speak. I find most people don't have a good command of their primary language, and if you can find a better word for what you're trying to say, don't just say big words to be fancy, but if you really want to be precise with your language, it helps to have a big vocabulary. It helps to have a large selection of words so that you can dial in what you're actually trying to communicate. And that is, that's why I do it. That and I read a lot when I was bored as a kid. Made my way through The Hobbit, and that was the first fantasy book I ever read. I was like five-ish. Oh my god, I want the salmon tiradito. Done. Buy one, get one free on the tiradito. Ply me with fish. Ply my crazy ass with fish. What else should I get? I think that's probably pretty good. Your first fantasy book was Aragon? Hmm. Yum yum sauce? No, there's nothing yum yum about yum yum sauce in my book. Pass. I think I more or less have my order down pat. Ah, wait, let's see. Do, 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 do. There was some old artillery that could fire a 12-pound shell. Oh, you guys are quite amusing. Aragon is this is 100% my own opinion. A really mid fantasy book that is a pretty hardcore ripoff of, I mean, let's face it, it's a hero's journey, but it's a pretty hardcore ripoff of Star Wars and Lord of the Rings simultaneously. And I've met the author, and he's an absolute prig. Really full of himself. Have I had Thai iced tea? That shit is so cash. That shit is so fucking cash. You can quote me on that. Thai iced tea all day, every day. If I wasn't like so on top of managing my sugar intake, dude, I've had Thai iced tea ice cream, and God, yes. Bury me with a Thai iced tea in my hand. Oh man. Look, I guess he's not a nice person. The guy who wrote Aragon. It was it like Christopher Pepperoni Pizza. Paleolini, Paleolithic, whatever the fuck his name is. I can't think. I need more fish in my bloodstream. Um, okay, I need like one more signature roll. California knows how to party. Um, two of them hoes. Has anyone guessed what the title of the live is yet? Should I just divulge? Okay, let me put in the sushi order. I wonder if I want anything else. Hey, MCE, do you think I should get anything else? Thai iced tea is so effing cash. It's true. That's enough fish for a day. There's never enough fish in this house. All right, F it. They're already 2 for 1ing me on the salmon tiradito, so it's gonna be a lot of fish in this house. F it. All right, that's a whole kettle of fish. Give us a hint. I don't know how to give a hint. So I'm just gonna tell you the story now that the order is in. All right, so I'm like maybe 8 years old. I'm with my mom at Shaw's, if that tells you anything. Anyone here from the Northeast Coast? So we were at Shaw's, and I don't know. We're heading back to the car with a cart full of groceries, a grocery full of carts, a cart full of groceries, back to the frickin' minivan. This was, I don't know, the early 90s. It was like 92 or some shit. And there's these two guys in the parking lot, and they get into a fender bender right like in front of us. And my mom kind of like pulls the cart and me and the other kids aside, and these two dudes hop out and kind of like take a look at their cars, just like, ugh, you know? And it was kind of clearly more one guy's fault than another. And there was some anger in the air. And the part that I remember the most clearly, because I ended up repeating it to myself many times just so I wouldn't forget, was one guy said to the other, because they were trying to like hash out whose fault it was. And one guy said to the other, "Hey, buddy, you know what's got 3 airtight holes and a 12-pound release? Your mother." And as far, I was just like, wow. Oh, this is going to be useful someday. It's one of the best like East Coast style put downs I've ever heard in my life. Truly, truly, an epic like wordsmith moment, and it was worth recalling for the rest of my life. Yeah, it was good. It was a beautiful thing. I have nostalgia for that style of swearing. Good stuff. My favorite sci-fi story. There's a couple by Kurt Vonnegut I'm very partial to. He was thinking a woman. Yeah, well, I mean, the only woman, obviously, it's very disrespectful. So the clear answer is your mom, you know. Not enough your moms in this world. Well, I mean, you guys get the comparison, right? Three airtight holes in a 12-pound release. That's a standard bowling ball. I don't know if you picked that up. So it's like this maneuver. Are we all on the same page here? The three holes of a bowling ball, like you two fingers in. Boop. Yeah. Anyway, it's very vulgar. It's very vulgar, but that's what makes it so colorful. I feel like people miss that. They just hear three airtight holes and they think like certain acts referred to as airtight. No, no, no. I mean, it's implied, but really it's also the secondary image of the bowling ball that pushes it up and over the edge of it being like a common insult, you know? Looks like a goat head. Yeah, you know what else looks like a goat head? Ah, goodness. What's my favorite movie from the early 90s? Probably Jurassic Park, Dr. Grant, ironically enough. An insult with layers. Yeah, you need a burn unit for that. But then again, if you grow up in the area, it's just kind of par for the course. And you pick up incredible skill for doing it yourself. I can be so fucked up when I am laying it down. If you make me truly angry, it's just it's just happening. It's on. I'm glad you guys are coming over to my YouTube. I know it's not the fanciest stream, but I gotta pick it up at some point. Like, I'm still not home for, oh God, I don't know, like another 10 days, something like that. So, what am I gonna do? Like, just wait forever until I'm back? No, I miss you guys. I missed you. You sound too smart to get angry. Oh, well, see, that just sounds like negging. That just sounds like emotional manipulation. Pretty sure everybody gets angry. Ah, you caught the hold on to your butts. Thank you. Yeah, that movie was quite formative for me. I wanted to be a paleontologist, but change it to finance. Oh, funny enough, I wanted to be a doctor, but now I make wank off videos, so you know. Wank off videos. It's fine. At least I don't have the student debt. The smartest people I know are like time bombs. Can you imagine what it's like dealing with stupid people 24/7? And even the people you love are stupid because you're smarter than them? That sounds like hell. I mean, I'm pretty intelligent, but I still know when I'm being outclassed. Thank God. Like, life is troublesome enough as it is. I don't need to be any smarter than I already am. I think I'd be even more like, I'm not depressed, but I am pretty disillusioned, you know? I just don't give a shit anymore. Can you imagine being even smarter than that? Like, what would be the point of anything? I guess I would just have to bury myself in a lab and forget that the world exists. We need a cooking stream. You need to learn how to cook. Every time you cook with a frying pan, you end up making the house smoky. What the hell are you cooking on? First off, induction, gas, electric, what you got going on there, man? Gator can cook. Uncle Gator can cook. I also can cook. Okay. Stop using the cooking pan, use the barbecue. Boys gotta learn sometime. No, for real though, if your pan's smoking, your heat is too high. Every oil, every grease, everything you can cook on, like every lubricating oil or fat source has a smoke point. And I don't remember what they are precisely, but there's a point where the oil is burning, not frying. And um, yeah, you got to stay below that because, well, it's going to ruin your food at best, give you cancer at worst. You know what I mean? What do you enjoy cooking the most? Um, Jesus. I guess stir fries. And I don't mean like in a westernized sense. So check this out. This is not me trying to be an asshole and flex my world cuisine knowledge. But when I was younger, I learned how to cook trad Chinese food, not comprehensively, but quite a bit of the more accessible dishes because um, it was the only decent, well, not the only, it was one of the most decent cookbooks my parents had in the house. And so for my birthday when I was a teenager, I actually asked for a wok with all the accessories and a rice cooker. And so that was like, I just hit that really hard for the last few years I lived at home. And when I was in university, I still had the wok and the rice cooker, and it was my only source of cooking material. So, like, I just kept making Asian food constantly because I could do everything in my wok. I would deep fry in it. I would do, stir fry. I would steam. I would steam even bread. I made bread in it, like bao buns and shit. And then the rice cooker, I would do every variation of rice you can think of, from like pilaf to risotto, like a pseudo risotto in the rice cooker. I baked cake in the rice cooker. So I use those implements in every way that a human can because I got really bored. But it was all I could afford. It was what I had already. So, yeah, a lot of trad Chinese. I'm a big fan of mapo tofu. Probably one of my all-time favorite dishes. And I think it proves that tofu can be delicious, especially if you put it with meat. Tofu's never going to be meat. It was never supposed to be meat. It's soy and it's amazing. And I think the West has literally no idea what to do with it because it's an extremely versatile food and it's delicious and it's great for you. So, am I a fan of bok choy? Heck yeah. Bok choy is excellent. So is pak choy. Kailan, the Chinese broccoli, big fan. Big fan of Chinese broccoli. Good old brassica. I usually set the flame on the stove to the highest setting. Well, Jedi Gamer, I think we've identified your primary issue. Like, maybe don't blast your food with the highest flame. Like, give it a solid low medium to get up to temp. Tofu, someone posted a vomit emoji. See, that just means you don't know what to do with it. It's ignorance. That's all it is. Yeah, so anyway, I digress. A lot of the things I like to cook the most are either Chinese or Chinese inspired things. From there, I've branched out into some Thai. I've made my own Indian curry, like Indian style curry. I made my own garam masala because I'm a jerk like that, I guess. Toasted my own spices and ground them. Honestly, the flavor was sick. It was amazing. I made my own paneer cheese as well out of goat milk just to see how it went, and it was good as let's see. I've done Japanese. I've done a fair number of Japanese style things. But I always seem to circle back to Chinese. And did you know that there are actually eight, well, more if you get into even more specific regional cuisines, but like eight pretty well defined regional Chinese cuisines. It's not like a uniform thing. Vietnamese is good. I have not made it, but I eat a lot of it. Um, yeah. So anyway, that's what I do in my spare time. Oh man, I remember one time I had the exquisite privilege of staying with a uh, American man, but of Chinese heritage, and for about 2 months straight, I was with him in Cali, and he was a big time foodie slash grew up with his parents owning a restaurant, so he was like big, big, big into going out to eat, and I had the backstage pass to like all the best off the beaten path Chinese restaurants in the LA, Orange County area, and the relationship didn't work out, but I don't really regret doing that. I, it was a pretty cool 2 months. Like that was probably the best takeaway. So, we ate well and we lifted every morning, went to the gym. He was big on bodybuilding and we had a grand old time, I thought. It's pretty cool. Didn't last though. Didn't last. Ever had liver? Yeah. I've eaten most organ meat at one point or another that I can think of. I've had sweetbreads, liver, kidneys, tripe. I don't really like, but I've had it. Intestines in various formats, probably sausage would be the most common for me. Haggis I've had. What else have I had that's weird? Cow tongue, yeah, I've had it. I've had heart. Brains I just can't cotton to. I'm sorry, it's not happening. How long is my longest relationship? About 10 years. About 10 years. Yeah. I don't know if y'all know that. I mean, I'm polyamorous, so a lot of times I'll, mention this partner, that partner, but like, and it sounds like I'm 100 years old, but you got to realize some of these partners are concurrent in history. So I did have one relationship that lasted about 10 years. And I don't know. That one ended really in a unsatisfactory way, I hate to say. Um, we spent a lot of time together when we were young and struggling, We met before I was Larkin Love. I'll put it that way. And I thought we really had something, and it lasted a super long time. We never lived together, but we saw each other at least a few times a year, even when we lived in different parts of the world. And I don't know, I really cared about him. I loved him a lot. We had our rough times when we came back together every time, and eventually it just got to this point where he wasn't really moving anywhere in life, and he was also very resentful about that. It wasn't just like, ew, you're not successful, I don't want to be with you anymore. It was that he treated me worse because I was. And that did not sit well with me. And I had tried over the years to encourage him to do this or that. But in the end, I think what broke us apart was that I was crushing it in life and he was not. And when we split, it was, well, we kind of faded out. And then when we stopped talking was when he would not treat me with respect. He would say things and send sexual shit to me all the time after we were broken up. And I told him I don't like being talked to like that. You know, it hurts my feelings because it was just so flagrant and so constant. And it's like, dude, we're not together anymore. What the fuck are you going on about? And I told him I don't like to be spoken to like that. That's not how you talk to a friend. You know, it was like, it wasn't even funny. It was just vulgar. And he blew the fuck up about it too. It wasn't like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. He just like refused to apologize and got all shitty and made it my problem that I didn't like being disrespected. So that was the end of my 10-year relationship, which a very, very unsatisfying end, in my opinion. How did I encourage him? Jesus. Well, he was at the same job for a really long time. I kind of coached him on maybe going for a raise because he said he wanted more money, okay? Not because I was trying to make him into someone he wasn't. And I was like, you should probably try for a raise or at least a promotion or something. He's at the same job for like 5 fucking years, letting his 20s burn, you know? Helped him with that, helped him gussy up his resume. I visited him continuously as I started to make more money. I picked up the tab like 95% of the time. I met his family. I tried to integrate myself into his personal life. I supported him through depression. I supported him through body image issues. I supported him through seeking out alternative careers potentially. Yeah, I encouraged him a lot. Oh, he wanted me to be the villain to leave. Yeah, very much so. He wanted to be able to say like, I don't know why that bitch doesn't talk to me anymore. What a stuck up bitch. Um, which is unfortunate. So, yeah, it fizzled out because I honestly wasn't into the way I was being subtly treated, and then that subtlety became overt, and I blocked him. So that was it. Yeah, that was disappointing. So, boo. It sucks because when we met, we were both young and we had nothing. And I was not Larkin Love yet. I was pre all of that. I was already working as a dancer, an exotic dancer on the brass pole. So, it wasn't like he didn't know I was involved in that kind of stuff. But I was making okay money, but not like I do now. It wasn't reliable, I'll tell you that. Working the club for tips, like, that's not reliable money. Um, yeah, and he was young and broke too, and we just kind of like tried to support each other. And I think at a certain point, he kind of gave up on life, is what it felt like. Can I still dance? Probably. So, yeah, it was really disappointing. There's no like satisfying happy end with that tale, unfortunately. But that's not how life works. It's not how life works. What's your reliable money now? Dude, I have like 700 frickin' adult videos that I've produced myself. This is the thing. The ones you'll see on mainstream sites, I don't get royalties from that. I don't make money on that. The ones that I make money from are the ones I've shot. And I have 7 frickin' hundred. So, like, because I own the rights, because I sell them, that's where my income comes from. I also make new ones. I also do phone and cam and all of that kind of stuff. Like, I do quite a bit. And because I have a body of work, that is my reliable income. Is it perfectly reliable? No, nobody's cutting me a check. But at the end of the day, I'm keeping that income above a certain level. Like I got a mortgage, you know? It's real. Oh, I'll go off. I will go all the way off. Yeah, no. So that's my reliable money. Good FICO. Dude, my FICO is so high, even a giraffe can't lick it. Orange avocado. Yeah, no, I can't advertise that stuff here and I won't. But I think you'll find if you're clever and go to social media, you'll find what you're looking for. Yeah, just go to my disambiguation page and go wiggle around my socials. You'll find what you're looking for. I don't make it a secret, okay? But most websites do not, uh, you know, frickin' YouTube and TOS, et cetera, et cetera. So, don't get me in trouble with Google. But yeah, I don't like work on a big box cam site. That's not for me. I do like one-to-one shows through through you'll see if you go. Yeah. Have I been watching anything to pass the time lately? Oh my God. Like I have time to pass. I love how people talk to me like I have free frickin' time. Y'all, no. I don't have that kind of time right now. Like you got to understand. Okay, so not to stroke my own ego too furiously. But I saved up for a long time and I got myself a multifamily unit earlier this year. And I've been putting a lot of effort into this piece of shit. It's only half a piece of shit now because I've been putting renos and effort and repairs and stuff into it. But you got to understand, this thing is like trouble times multiple units. So I'm having to do a lot of work on it and put a lot more money into it. And there's been issues with some of the tenants from the previous owner didn't screen very hard, and they are like walking Soviet parades of red flags. So if you think I have free time, I bless you. I wish that I did. But in recent times, it has not been that much free time because I'm traveling. I'm about to run an audition. Y'all know about the infamous audition. I won't belabor it here. I'm gonna do that. I've got my spice sites, and I'm here hanging with y'all, which actually is pretty recreational. I do enjoy myself. But yeah, like if you think there's free time up in this mofo, yeah, nah. Haven't seen that in a minute. I'm a business woman. Yeah, really. My addiction is the ladies. I love how Dr. Grant just dropped that clutch, my friend. Love it. Oh my God. Oh my God, you guys are too much. I decided I would be a bachelor. No one wants to get married anyways. That's BS. But if you, not the bachelor part, be a bachelor if you want to be a bachelor. If you want to get married, tons of people are out there. Trust me. But yeah, don't force it. And get a prenup. Unfortunate you've got no free time. I'm just on my hustle, dude. I'm on my hustle. I got my multifamily. Nobody's young and buxom and cute forever. And I've got a bad attitude. So when that goes, I need something to fall back on. You know, all the charm is front loaded here. See, I'm such a heinous bitch that when beauty fades, I better have something to keep me going. Hence the real estate. Burning bridges with LL. Oof. Yeah. No, I miss who he used to be. I don't miss who he is now. That that relationship ended when it needed to. I'm charming, not heinous. It's a very generous thing to say. I sound so smart. Well, I'm glad I do a good impression. I won't be able to audition in the future if I get married. Are you getting married in the next 3 days? Are the auditions ever truly going away? Yeah, the old ones are gone. The new ones are very different. Very different. I'll give you the quick lowdown. Half the amount of spots. Half. And I am not entertaining a single person who does not get back to me quickly. Okay? Usually these things go on for weeks. I've had it up to here. I try to be fair with everybody, but if you ain't answering, you're out. Like, I'm giving it like a 24-hour limit to respond to me. I'm just literally gonna boop, nope, you're out. So it's gonna be like Thunderdome, my guys. And 50 spots versus 100, you best believe they're going to go fast because usually the first 50 like fly out the door. And after that, it's weeks of people going, are there spots? Are there any spots left? Can I still enter? Next day, what about now? Jesus, just enter. Ah. So yeah, like I'm really hoping that this is the thing because I don't have weeks to spare. I really don't. Usually the first 50 spots are gone in like a week. So I would get your ass in as fast as you can. You know? Really, like don't say I didn't warn you. But the old way is gone. These are going to be like express versions because I don't think the quality of what I'm getting is necessarily better. I'll say this. Usually, my winners are some of the first people in the door because those are the ones who have real enthusiasm and the guys who show up Johnny come lately, like, I guess I'll do it and be like the last guy under the wire. Generally, they don't work out. I'm just going to say it like that. So the quality is obviously showing up first and foremost. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, no. Please just follow instructions. I'm not going to give you explicit instructions on shall we say the tempo of the audition once you're in, but please for the love of God check your inbox. Basically, I don't have time to waste. Like I cannot sit around at my computer for several weeks answering guys, like seriously, the number of people who show up and go, are there still spots? And I'm like, there's a couple. Go ahead. And then dip for 5 days. And then come back and ask again. I'm like, yeah. It's crazy making, so we're not doing that this time. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna hurry the F up. Whoa, hang on. Uber Eats is pinging me. What up? I think they are picking up the food because yeah, that's not quite there. Do you give us the option of adding a third party of your liking? I have no idea what the heck that means. Go check the FAQ. So with all your time spent, uh, where do you find the time to read? Airplanes. Airplanes. I miss my Skittles. Oh, Skittles. I don't know what you're talking about, but I like the word Skittles. Yeah, it is hard waiting for people to make it through. I'm kind of sick of being the nice guy. Okay, 10 minutes away. Audiobooks are a good option. Am I a Dreamcast kind of gal? I never really got to play Dreamcast much. Start the clock. I'm got my eyeball on it. We've got 11 minutes. 11 minutes. Somebody should bring it up for me, but we're gonna see what happens. What is my favorite book I've read? The Egyptian Book of the Dead. No, I don't know. Just left Exotica. It was lit. I'm glad you had fun. I did not go. Tibetan Book of the Dead. There's an Egyptian one too. The Necronomicon. I remember when having a copy of that in high school was considered pretty fringe behavior. You might get picked up by the administration. I was sad to not see you there. No, I decided not to go like a week ago. But I told everyone I was going. And you know what's funny? Somebody, some hater, I don't know who it was, tried to tell the organizers that I was there doing some kind of code of conduct infraction when it's hilarious because I know the guy who runs the whole thing, who runs Exotica, and he let me know that someone was like, I don't know, trying to tattletale on me, and he's like, "Are you even here?" I was like, "No, bro, I'm not there. I had reverse RSVP'd a week prior." Which is really fucking funny because somebody tried to get me in trouble for doing things against the code of conduct at an event I wasn't even at, which is real effing funny. But, you know, that means I just can't tell anybody on the internet where I'm going to be if I do decide to do an appearance. I purposefully did not let the public know that I wasn't going after I decided I achieved what I needed to do in Miami really quickly. So I'm just kicking it. I'm having a vacation, right? Like this is me time. The deal was done. And I just decided to see what would happen because I had a feeling somebody's been watching my movements and trying to fuck me up. And lo and behold, it happens yet again. And I'm not even there. I ain't even there. You know, it's not paranoia if people are actually out to get you. Cheers. Yeah. So, I don't know which one of y'all is the narc. No, I'm kidding. You guys are probably cool. But I do think that someone online is relatively invested in effing with my day. So, well, you know, they hate us because they ain't us, right? But it's awfully tiresome. So I've made an executive decision to not tell anyone where I will make public appearances. If I'm gonna do something like that, I'll just show up. Um, yeah. It's real funny though. Nice try. I guess they weren't counting on me knowing the person who runs these events. Oh, honey. If you were in Miami, did you meet Amaranth? No, I have not been spending my time with porn stars, dear. Been spending my time with amateurs, shall we say. People need medicinal. Yeah, I get it. I could use some medicinal myself. Goth mommy handles herself well. Yeah. Well, it's not my first day walking the block. Look, if I had a nickel for every hater I've got, guys and girls, I would have a lot of nickels. Guess they didn't update the website. No, you gotta understand, I told them not to. Silly gays. It's a psyop. I have experienced some interesting low-level stalking behavior in recent days, weeks, months. And I wanted to see if someone would try to pull some shit off. Thinking I would be somewhere, acting like they have me cornered. And all that happened was I had my suspicions confirmed. So it tells me that I cannot announce where I'm going to be because some caca for brains is going to try to, I don't know, get me into some kind of trouble with the organizer that I know, which is beautiful. Ugh, it's frickin' freshman hazing week for the haters out there. Like, Jesus, it's Rush. What are you guys doing? Weak sauce. Anyway, it's just dumb. It means I can't like tell you guys where I'm going to be. You just have to hope I'm there. Like the second coming of Jesus. Then how will fans truly know when you'll appear? They won't, honey. That's why we can't have nice things. If I see Evie Reese again, give her much love. I will. We're currently separated by an ocean, though. I think she'll be all right. I hope she will be. I hope she gets better. Yeah, just showing up is my best bet. For sure. Like, I'll just bomb the red carpet. I'll just crash the party because seriously, like, I can't deal with the idea that party poopers are gonna, I don't know, man, swat the location, try to report me for shit I didn't do, call a bomb threat. Who effing knows? People need to touch grass. You know what I mean? Like, get a hobby. I thought the Atlantic was a big sea. Um, Fairly certain the Atlantic is an ocean. How long has my suspicion been going on for? Oh shit. I mean, I've had splinter cells of, I don't know, would you call them fans? I think they're still fans if they really are fixated on you. That's the thing. I think my haters watch my movements the most. I've had haters since like the first day I was on the scene in the industry. Like people just they just want to find somebody to fixate on because their life is too boring. Could it be an ex? Who knows? Is it a model? That happens too. I remember, I want to say maybe like 6 or 7 years ago, 5, 6, 7 years ago, there was a group of models that was really dedicated to getting me kicked off of platforms. It didn't really work though, did it? Whole Discord full of them. I remember most of their names. Not gonna drop them because I ain't petty like that, but it's like, yeah, nah. And by the way, I don't know any of them personally. These are just people who hate me because I'm successful. I'm serious. I've never beefed with any of these people. And despite my Siri doll story earlier, we don't have beef. I just didn't like her proposition, so I said thanks, no thanks, and then we didn't talk anymore. It was like that, which is cool, you know? No, I've never like actively beefed with someone in the industry, which is wild to me. It's just people who know of me. They don't even know me, and then decide that they're going to have a campaign of I probably sound conceited here, but it's true. I've literally found discords full of people who feel that I need to be stopped. All right. I'm guessing no Exotica from now on. Well, definitely not this one, and if I was gonna be at one, you wouldn't know beforehand. There shouldn't be a price for success. Oh, F. Hang on a second. Ugh. I have to stop the stream. I'm sorry.